Join us on board one of Royal Caribbean's megaships for a cruise of a lifetime, but one thing almost ruined our cruise. We tell all so you can avoid it happening to you. Plus we visit a brand new spectacular port.
Welcome to paradise!
This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Well, ahoy there cruisers, and a very good morning, and I've got to say it's a very, very, very early morning, 6:30. We're going to Thailand today. Blooming Thailand, I'm so excited, so come along with this adventure. Let's waste no time, let's get started. First things first, before we go to the main theatre, because we have booked a shore excursion for this one, just because we wanted to do a real long one, because we've never been to Thailand before. We're in Phuket today, one of the most magical places in the world. Films like the beach were shot there on the actual beach, so it's going to be stunning, so stay by for this. We booked the shore excursion basically to make the most of the time, and it's going to be an amazing one. So we're going to go grab some water, then head to the main theatre, our meeting point, which is 7 AM. I know. And then I think it's a tender. Wow, the ship is so quiet at this time of morning. It's so lovely. I think we're the only idiots getting up this ridiculously early in the morning. Oh my gosh, but yeah, the ship's gorgeous. We absolutely love the Quantum class of ships. It's one of our favourite type of ships in the whole world, not just from Royal Caribbean. It just feels a lot more grown up, a lot more, I don't know what the word is, it's hard to say. The Oasis class ships are just full of too many kids for us, and they're too big and massive and overgrown, but this just feels lovely, and we love the music hall. We just love everything about it. Anyway, theatre straight ahead. Let's go check in.
Yep, so we are all checked in. We got given a sticker. We're coach number 6. We need to keep this on us. And this is going to be our group number for today. We also have our tickets as well. We're just waiting to go.
Right, so our number's been called and we're heading to the tender dock now. One thing we don't like about shore excursions is being put around in groups, but do you know what? We picked our shore excursion very carefully to make sure that there's going to be as few people as possible. So
I don't think I've quite computed yet in my mind that we're in Thailand. It's still not sunk in yet. All at the moment, about 7 AM, beautifully hot, sunny, and looks absolutely gorgeous. And I think today is going to be breathtaking, so really excited for it.
yay, we are finally in the paradise that is Thailand. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. I've always wanted to come here. And you're coming along with us, so let's have a real fun day, shall we? We're going to go meet our group. I think we're getting on a speedboat, so let's do this. So first up is getting on a coach, and then we're going to head for the speedboat. Excited. Has air conditioning, which is amazing because it's going to be another scorcher today. The humidity, woof.
This coach is quite fancy. Looks like I'm back in my grandma's house. As if grandma decorated it.
I will be a photographer, okay? I will take a photo for you.
Before we get on the boat, we just got changed. The toilets were super clean, that's really good. There's also a big selection of snacks and more importantly, coffee as well. It was an early start, we didn't have a chance to have coffee, so I'm gonna go and raid that coffee buffet. Bye-bye.
Got some snacks, most importantly, like David said, we've got some coffee as well, but it's too hot to drink. But I got like a little, it's like a Twinkie thing. I don't know if I can get eaten alive by flies as well, but I've got a little Twinkie. Should have a little taste of it. I think it's lemon flavour. Ooh, soft, yummy and delicious. Rub in that sun lotion because it's going to be a hot one. Anyway, what's great about this tour, and one of the reasons we booked it, is that basically everything's included. So not only your transportation, but things like food. So we're going to have a big Thai feast later on, and Thai food is legitimately my favourite in the whole world. Plus you get things like snacks, coffee, we're going to get water, Coca-Cola drinks and soda on the boat as well. And then obviously you get your snorkel gear and stuff as well, so you don't need to bring any of that along. So it's an all-inclusive kind of day. We always go on about how you get took around like cattle. Yes, it is like that. You are led around like sheep at first, but this tour is really good. So make sure when you're booking a tour, a shore excursion, make sure you're not going to spend all of your day on a coach, because that's the worst thing you can do. It really is. Make sure you're spending plenty of time off the coach, off the bus, so you get to do things, see things, take photos, because you can't really do much on a coach. It's the worst thing you can do when you visit amazing places like this, so get outdoors and enjoy it. Right, heading to our boat now. Super excited.
So our first stop, about an hour's sail away, is Phi Phi Island. Now, the name might not be familiar to you, but it might be familiar because it's from the beach. So this is the famous Leonardo DiCaprio Island, and it is gorgeous. The colours, the turquoise waters, the greenery of the mountains, it is incredible. We've stopped here for a quick photo spot before we move on, and it was a beautiful sail over as well. Took about an hour, like I said. Very, very bumpy though, so we did have to take seasickness tablets.
Oh my gosh, and I thought Hawaii was spectacular. This is like another level. It is absolutely gorgeous. the little pitons, the greenery, the sheer faces. Oh, this is honestly paradise, guys. Absolute paradise. I knew today was going to be good, and it's not disappointing so far.
So this is Pile Lagoon. It's a natural swimming pool, but you can see it's very, very busy. Our tour guide was comparing it to a floating market because there is so many of the local boats that pulling up here and allowing people to swim. So we're not going to swim here, we're going to move on to the next spot where we're going to do some snorkeling and hopefully a little bit quieter. But gorgeous, stunning. So this cave is called the Viking Cave because Vikings once sheltered here. But it's also famous for its bird nests, and people collect the bird saliva and sell it. It's a bit like mining as well. It's so popular, you can actually buy it and it supposedly makes you look younger. The saliva is worth $3,000 per kilogram, so it's very expensive, very rare. And if you come here on a night, they will actually shoot you because you're not supposed to be here because it is so expensive.
And the bird saliva is actually available in all 7-Elevens. How funny is that? We need to look out for some. The brand is called Scott, so S-C-O-T-T. Anyway, on to snorkeling now. This is incredible. The scenery is just amazing. Wow. Everything that I wanted and more. I'm all ready. Let's do this. Let's go find David.
Here we go, snorkeling in Thailand. Another tick for the bucket list. The coral reefs look absolutely huge, so I'm very excited to see what fish we see. Oh my gosh, I can already see lots and lots of fish. There's no ladder.
Wow, the snorkeling here was incredible. The water was so vibrant and full of life, from colourful fish to amazing coral reefs. It won't be something that we forget soon. Such a fantastic experience. We feel so lucky. Lunch looks good. We've got a traditional Thai meal. There's lots of food. You've got chicken, seafood, some soups, fruit. You can order drinks as well. Tea, coffee and water and stuff are free. But if you want sodas or beer or anything, you've got to pay. But it's super cheap. Let's go pick out some food and enjoy, shall we?
Yes, so the buffet selection looks really good. I got the chicken noodle soup, which is absolutely freaking delicious. It is packed full of flavour. It's also packed full of spice. My whole mouth is on fire. But it's just so flavourful and tasty.
So I went for a little bit of everything. Well, mostly the chickeny things. I don't like seafood, but I like everything else. And it looks yummy. It is so lovely. I'm going to try these little chicken wings first. They look lovely. Little chicken drumsticks. Mini chicken drumsticks. I guess their chickens might be very small here. Well, dip me in chili sauce and call me spicy because they are blooming delicious. They're full of flavour. Oh, yummy, yummy, yum. For such a small chicken, she packed a lot of flavour. The curry's really good as well as the stir-fried vegetables and stir-fried chicken. And the rice is lovely and fluffy. Oh, I'm in paradise. This is my favourite food and one of my favourite locations of all time. Can't get any better.
Well, that was a rather delicious lunch. It was really good. The soup was absolutely yummy. I also had a little bit of cheeky stir-fried vegetables as well, which was very good. It was all just very simple food. There wasn't a huge selection, but it was just very simple and very tasty and yummy. Now we're going to head back to the boat. We've got one more stop before we head back to the ship, and that is going to be a beach and swimming stop. And then that's the end of our little tour in Thailand. Loving it, guys. Like, honestly, I want to come back. It's absolutely gorgeous.
So if you watch our channel often, you'll always see us moaning about shore excursions and booking them with cruise ships because of the whole follow people like sheep sort of thing. But for days like this where you want to have the most time in port, and it's fabulous. Anyway, back on the boat, I think we're going to be made to wade through the water. Fingers crossed I don't fall and bloody drop the camera, eh? Squarespace is the all-in-one platform that helps you create your online website and grow your presence or business. The best feature is that you can do everything in one place. But we also love the fantastic customer service, templates that can be customized till your heart's content, and analytic features to help grow your website. Best of all, it's so easy to do. No design experience or coding skills are needed. You can put together professional pages in just minutes. It doesn't matter if you have a blog, shop, or want to create your portfolio. Squarespace has you covered. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Ben and David to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
The first part.
It's blooming rain. Look how deep it is.
Oh, this is super refreshing. There's lots of fish in the sea as well, which is really cool. They're swimming all around us. This is quite nice. I quite like this, wading through the water to get back on the boat. Can't say I've done this before. It's awesome. Wow, this place is so spectacular. The scenery and the landscape is just crazy. Like we said, it really does remind me a little bit of Hawaii, but even more epic in some ways. Wow, this is awesome.
Trying to not fall over or drop the bag because it has all of our expensive equipment in it, and I don't think the insurance company would accept this claim, would you? How did you break the camera, sir? Well, I was just wading through water in the beautiful Thailand and I fell over.
Oh my God, David, just look at this place. Is this paradise or what?
It is the epitome of what you think of when you think of paradise.
Holy moly, so our last stop we've came to Bamboo Island. Now this is just a tiny little island with a beautiful beach, crystal blue waters and some gorgeous, gorgeous scenery. Oh, beautiful, isn't it?
Absolutely gorgeous. This spot is ideal for swimming. They have some roped off areas for swimming and also snorkeling as well. There's lots of coral here to do some snorkeling, but you can also have a search for hermit crabs.
Hermit crabs, let's see if we can find some. But oh my gosh, guys, this is just probably one of the most beautiful places I have ever been. It's just spec-freaking-tacular.
I just cannot get over how pristine this sand is. It is absolutely stunning. Beautiful white sands with turquoise beaches. I can hear the nature in the background. I don't want to leave here. If this is what the Castaway Island was like, I don't know what Tom Hanks was complaining about.
David, it looks like you're on Survivor.
Does it? Does it look like I'm the camp leader?
Don't know about that.
I'm always the camp leader. Yeah, it's really hot now, so we just came in to shelter from the sun, and thankfully there's lots of trees here, so there is lots of shade.
Oh, Bamboo Beach, you bloomin' beauty. Anyway, we're going to go in one by one because we've got all of our equipment with us. And like anywhere, you've always got to be vigilant of your belongings and things, so make sure they're somewhere safe because unfortunately there'll be pickpocketers everywhere in the world. So, bloomin' paradise. Look at this, there's nobody even here anymore. That's one way to cool down, eh? It's just freaking awesome.
But we've had a quick dip and then we've got to head back to the ship now, unfortunately. That's it for our day in Thailand. It does feel like it was really quick and it was only a little taster of Thailand. And definitely I want to come back and experience even more of Thailand. So either on a cruise or on a land vacation, because it has whet my appetite. We're going to enjoy some more food, fun and shenanigans on the ship. So make sure you stick around.
So yes, the food is very yummy here in Phuket, Thailand, but let's head back to the ship to have a look what lunch options are available here on Spectrum of the Seas, a little bit different to other Royal Caribbean ships. First up, let's take a look at the buffet. So as you can see, the buffet is really good. Have to say, the choice in there is absolutely bloomin' fantastic. A lot, and I mean a lot better than the buffets we've seen recently on ships. What we didn't like about the buffet is though, it's a bit bloomin' crazy, it really is. I don't know what it is about people on this particular cruise, but oh my gosh, there is no etiquette whatsoever. People just barging in front of you. We saw people grabbing things with their hands, loads and loads of people eating whilst they're going around the buffet, so just putting the fork in, then getting a bite to eat. There is no chance I'm going to eat in there. God knows what you'll get in there. You'll probably come out with norovirus. The food looked great, but oh my gosh. And they had a fruit slicing station as well. Oh my gosh, it was so busy. It had a queue all the way outside the outside and all the way back around. And people were really filling their plates. Oh my gosh, massive mountains of fruit. But it was nuts. Anyway, there's a few other little dining options right next to the buffet as well. First up, you have the specialty restaurant, the Hot Pot. Here's where you can cook food freshly on your table. It's a little bit like the teppanyaki, but a little bit different. And just next door as well, you obviously have the Sorrento's Pizza. This is usually found on the Royal Promenade or Esplanade on other ships, but it's upstairs by the buffet, and that serves pizza just like it does on any other ship. It's a great option. But because it's a little bit busy for us there, we're going to head down to Silver Dining to grab some lunch there, just because it's so quiet and lovely, and there's not hundreds of people all around trying to grab stuff. It's just lovely and calm. Again, they've got a big selection. It's only a buffet at lunchtime, remember though. You only get the a la carte items on an evening. But even that's starting to get a bit boring now because the menus don't really change at all. And we've noticed that the food really isn't any different quality from the main buffet either. We thought it was going to be a little bit better from what we'd heard in reports. basically exactly the same thing. So they've got exactly the same items basically, just in smaller portions, but the benefit of being in the suite area is that it's just so much calmer and relaxed. There's not thousands of people trying to push into the way. They've got all of the same fruit that was super popular in the buffet as well. But like I said, so much nicer. Anyway, for starters, I went for a big old salad, and it's really delicious, really yummy. I've got a bit of everything really. I'm liking my salads now, my daily salad. It's a lovely way to start your meal, isn't it? I mean, I know it's coated in sauce and bacon, but still, just salad in there somewhere.
Didn't fancy any of the starters or a salad, so I went for a curry to start with. And it was a vegetable curry. It was quite smoky, not very spicy. It was okay. Wasn't the best curry I've had on the ship. So for my main dish, I got the salad instead of having that as a starter. I got a salad with the quiche, and it just came out as well. So that's nothing special, but it's hot and tasty, which is good. The salad's good as well. The coleslaw tastes really earthy. I don't know if that's just because in coleslaw in the UK is very different. It's very wet and saucy, whereas here it's quite a dry tasting coleslaw, so it's like a very earthy taste. But yeah, good lunch so far.
Yes, I have to admit I like my coleslaw wet and saucy as well. Anyway, went for the 50 Shades of Orange plate. Lots and lots of food. Got a chicken schnitzel, steak and onion pie. Obviously had to get the mac and cheese as well as some little potatoes. That's delightful. The mac and cheese on the ship is so good. And it's like sweet as well, which is so nice. Steak and onion pie, delicious. The cow should be proud because that was a lovely piece of beef in there. And the chicken schnitzel's lovely as well. Yeah. Pretty good meal really, not bad at all. As a British citizen though, I have to say the hot pot, I'm offended by you. That is not a pie. It's literally just got a little bit of pastry on top. It has to have pastry all the way around. It's a beef hot pot, not a pie. What are you thinking, Royal Caribbean? It's tasty though. Well, it's dessert time and it's happening before my very eyes. It looks simply the zest. Went for a fruit plate. Guys, everybody's been going for fruit, and like we said in the buffet, they were piling the fruit up so high. They had about 40 pieces of fruit. They had that carving station where they were freshly cutting the fruit. People were even putting it in bags and things. Absolutely crazy. So let's go try it because it does look really, really delicious. Good Lord, look at the colour of that. It is like a luminous pink. I love it. Got about 12 types of melon and pineapple as well, and they're very, very tasty as well. Like nice and fruity and delicious. We've also got some breadfruit as well, which I've never heard of before. Should have a little try of this. I'm a bit scared, guys. We're going to try something really weird after this as well, so stay tuned. Why have I never had that before, David? That is absolutely delicious. The breadfruit is freaking delicious, lovely and tasty. You know me, guys. That's not my real dessert. You know me very, very well. This is my real dessert, and it's been handcrafted and cooked by the lovely chefs behind the wall there. Honey, you will beat fruit any day, but this is the best. Oh, yum.
Sorry, Ben, I stand corrected. I told him it was breadfruit and it was a mango. But it's the best fruit selection I've ever had on a cruise. But I'm loving the dragon fruit. I've never had it before. First time for everything.
I feel really stupid now, guys. Blooming mango. Of course I've had mango before. I thought it tasted like tropically unfamiliar. I've heard breadfruit's really horrible anyway. If you've tasted it, let us know in the comment section below what it's like. And whilst you're there, please give us a subscribe. It really helps us out.
So we finished our meal here in the Silver Dining Restaurant. After we've spent a few nights on the ship now and dining most of the time in the Silver Dining, we can now compare it and see what we really think about it. First night we were super impressed with the selection and the food. The second night it was pretty much the same. The third night also, again, very, very similar. So it is quite repetitive. You kind of tend to see the same dishes, just ever so slight variation on them each evening. Also, that a la carte menu doesn't change, so that is the same every single night. And comparing it to looking at the buffet earlier, the main buffet, it is pretty much just the same food from the buffet, but a much smaller selection. However, it's nicer because obviously it's not as busy. It does tend to be a lot hotter. They tend to be replenishing it a bit more, so that is the big benefit of dining here. But we're going to try something a little bit unusual, and I'm a little bit nervous, I've got to say.
No, I don't know how I feel about this. So we went to the lovely leaf tree coffee place, which is unique to the ship. Gonna got ourselves a dragon fruit cheese tea. Yes, you heard me right. Cheese and a drink, and it is actual cheese. It's not just like a euphemism for something else. It's cheese in a tea. And I've just ate a lot of food, so as you can imagine, this is not a pleasant moment for me, guys. This is not one of my strongest moments, and we had to try it because you never get to try this anywhere else, right? You only live once. So yeah, then yesterday I went shopping, and right, I'm gonna stop putting it off. Oh my God, it looks disgusting. Honestly, I can't. I don't know if I can do this. It's just the thought of it. We got another tea as well, which David's going to try. It's actually a coffee. Oof. Adele said hello and I said stop calling. That is definitely cheese. That will firmly be left behind because I'm not going to be drinking any of it. It feels like I'm drinking sick or a really weird cheesecake. You're not supposed to drink a cheesecake, are you? Yep, and these cost us a diamond voucher as well each. What a bloomin' waste, eh? But we had to try them anyway. David, try yours. Yours looks equally weird.
So I got lemon coffee, which is pretty much what it is. It's lemonade mixed with coffee. Sounds very strange. By the way, you can buy these. These were like $5 or $6 each if you wanted to buy them. We used our diamond vouchers. Do I mix it up? It looks like that cocktail, Long Island iced tea, but with coffee. I'm just gonna mix it in. Okay. It's like iced tea, but then with an aftertaste of coffee. So it doesn't blend together. It just kind of tastes like I've just drank 2 separate drinks at the same time, if that makes sense. Like I've got a straw and stuck it into 2 drinks and just sucked. Because it doesn't blend very well. I think you'll enjoy this more than the cheese tea, Ben. Maybe you need to give it a good spin.
That's probably going to make it even worse.
Do you know when you make a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and you put a nice big dollar of milk in it and you're excited and you take that sip of tea or coffee that you've been craving for all day and then you realise the milk's off and it tastes sour? That is what that tastes like. Not a fan. Not a fan at all.
David, I feel sick to the core. To the core. I can't even look at this, guys. Like, oh. I don't think I'm ever going to recover from this. I might not ever be able to have tea again. Anyway, I'm going to try the lemon coffee.
Then we've got 3 more diamond vouchers. We could order 3 more special drinks.
No, thank you. No more special drinks.
But give it another go, trust me.
No, what is that? I mean, legitimately, you can make that at home. It is literally Sprite with coffee. It's not the one, guys. You don't want sparkling coffee. That is absolutely disgusting. Ugh, I'm going to go to guest services at once, complain and demand my money back. Just kidding. But, ugh, yucky. Ugh, I'm off. I can't even be around these drinks anymore. Buy drinks. And if you want to take things even further, you can go to Shweshan Red, the specialty restaurant not found on any other Royal Caribbean ship, and have bullfrog. Yes, frogs. Actual frogs. Disgusting. So we're all ready for tonight. We've had a lovely shower. We're all clean after a day in Phuket.
Hey up, Ben, what are you rubbing yourself like that for?
Oh, I don't know. So we're going to go out for dinner, enjoy some entertainment. But first of all, like we said at the beginning of the video, we want to let you know why this one thing could possibly ruin your cruise, and it almost ruined ours, even though we've cruised with Royal Caribbean so many times before. It's booking things, because quite a few things on Royal Caribbean ships in general, not just Spectrum of the Seas, the ship we're on now, you must download the app. We can't tell you enough. Let's head to the theatre now at the back of the ship. So there must be about 500 people waiting in the standby line for Silk Road. It's ridiculous, guys. They're really, I mean, you can still see it behind me. It's going on and on and on, all the way to Jamie's Italian, all the way from the back of the ship. They're really not putting it on enough times. It's not good enough, really, but hey, what can you do?
Yes, it's a great venue. During the day, we love it in here. It's got lots of lovely views, and it's a great technical theatre, but there's just not enough seating. So they do need to put the show on more than they are doing. I think every person on the ship should have the opportunity to see the show at least once.
Yeah, absolutely agree. And I've got to say, one of the big draws for us with Royal Caribbean is the spectacular theatres and spectacular venues like this, and the shows are amazing. Oh my God, I think they're doing a lighting test, guys. Sorry, you're going to get involved in the show now. But yeah, the entertainment on here is nothing less than spectacular. Royal Caribbean is fantastic for that. So it's so important that every single person gets to see a show. This is why you need to book as soon as you can. Don't be like us and almost miss out. We should know better, but we were so busy we just forgot.
This is the same problem that other newer ships have, such as Celebrity Cruises' Eden venue, the Carnival Mardi Gras Celebration and Jubilees theatre that is in the central atrium. There's just not enough space because they're trying to combine a daytime venue and a nighttime venue, and it just doesn't work for either, because during the day it's a really quiet, underused space, and then on a night there's not enough seating.
And if I'm completely honest, Royal Caribbean is actually one of the best at this because their theatres at the front are huge and much bigger than other companies. Take, for example, Norwegian Prima, that new class of ship. Their theatre is tiny and they're going to have to do like 5 or 6 shows a day just to get all of the people on board to see it. So Royal Caribbean really isn't the problem. We do hope with the brand new Icon of the Seas, now this is going to be the even bigger ship, that they get the venue spaces right and make sure that they're big enough, because when you've got 5,000-6,000 people on a ship, that's a lot of people who are going to want to go and see shows. And if a theatre like this, for example, holds around 500, for a ship with 5,000, you're going to have to show that 10 times for everybody on the ship to be able to see it. Not just 3 or 4 times.
We're not trying to be negative and criticise. We're trying to show you what you need to do to make sure that you can see the show. You need to make sure you book it and reserve it as soon as you can, because we want you to have the best cruise vacation. So that is why we're bringing up these points and we want you to be prepared and ready. I'm really looking forward to the show. It is a fantastic venue and I can't wait for it. We've got our drinks, we've got our seats, and we're ready to go.
Oh my gosh, I do love the shows in 270. They are so good, and that one was great. It was called Silk Road. We have seen about 4 or 5 different versions of that show, different productions. That was probably the weakest, but it was still fantastic, just because they didn't make that much use of the big robotic arms, and there was no aerialists, which we were wondering about. But hey, it was still fantastic. The cast were absolutely superb, so talented, and it's definitely worth booking to get those shows. Just always remember, you can book sometimes before you get on your cruise. Log into your cruise planner, make sure that you get it booked up, or if you have to book when you're on the ship, make sure you download the Royal Caribbean app in advance. Get on there as soon as you get on the ship and book everything you want. Things like shows, like we said, things like dining. So talking about main dining rooms, here on Spectrum of the Seas, it's over a massive, beautiful 2 decks and it's really stunning. You can look into it here, it's gorgeous. All the dining on every Royal Caribbean ship is basically the same when it comes to main dining. There's 2 different versions. You've got the set time, traditional time dining. So this would usually be an early seating around 5:30 or 6 p.m, then a later seating around 8 p.m, where you stay with the same waiters every single night and you have the same table. Or you can go for the more flexible my time dining. Now, personally, I don't think it's flexible at all, because nowadays, because ships are so busy, you've got to really book to avoid waiting in a line every single night. So we recommend, if you go for the my time dining, as soon as you get on the ship, log on to the Royal Caribbean app, make sure you've got that downloaded, it's so important, and book a table for every single night. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait in a huge line. It's the line for guests with no reservations, and you could be waiting up to half an hour, 45 minutes just to get a table. Anyway, from the very back of the ship in 270 to the very front of the ship in the main theatre, we're off to see another big production show. Let's go.
Oh, so we've just been to see the Effectors, which is in the main theatre. And this is a Royal Caribbean original production show, so it's not a Broadway show. But in terms of their production shows, I do think that is the best one we have seen. The effects were incredible. I don't want to spoil it for you, but there is a lot of special effects. It's all sort of based around the idea of 4 superheroes, and they use lots of technical effects to make it a really immersive and fantastic production. It's just a really great show, and we absolutely loved it. We're going to head off to dinner now, and tonight we're going to try the main dining room.
So we've got our seat in the main dining room tonight. It's the new menu, guys, let's face it, you know me, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I'm just going to bear with it. I do miss the other options of being able to have like French onion soup and all of that, but you're just going to have to suck it up and enjoy it, Ben. Anyway, didn't fancy any of the starters because they were mostly fish, but I went for 2 main courses, and I'm super excited, so let's get this meal started. My first main meal is kind of like a turkey dinner. It's not what I expected it to look like, but it doesn't matter what it looks like. The only thing that matters is taste. Do you know what? That's actually really good. Do you know what it tastes like? It tastes like the middle of a pie, like it should be in a pie, like a turkey pie with lots of vegetables and things. Really good and delicious. Anyway, most importantly, I went for a lovely Indian dish. I can't remember the name of it because the menu's gone. But basically it was a chicken Indian dish and it looks really yummy. Oh, well, put me on tracks and call me a train, because that is delicious. The one thing that I love about sailing from places in Asia and Singapore is that you get a lot of Asian foods, like Indian food, Oh, it is so, so good. So tasty. I live for this stuff. Gotta say, I was not that much looking forward going to the main dining room, but it's been very, very good indeed. Just in the background as well, because it's the last night, it's the final night of the cruise. The crew are putting on a dance, and it is so cute. Oh my gosh, they're all dancing in the aisles, across the dining room, and everybody's loving it. I've never seen it like that on a Royal Caribbean ship. All of the crew dancing, and it was fantastic.
I also followed suit with Ben by ordering 2 main courses instead of the starters. So for my first course, I got the Shanghai noodles. Absolutely amazing. Hot, tasty, nice big portion, lots of vegetables in there. There was shrimp. Oh, so good. And then my second course is the moussaka. Doesn't look like a moussaka, it looks a little bit odd. Not gonna lie, it's not very good. It doesn't taste bad, it just does not taste like a moussaka. The sauce tastes like tomato ketchup, and there's not any creamy sauce in there as well. So it's kind of just like vegetables and tomato ketchup.
So it's dessert time, obviously my favourite time of the day. I went for the trifle, and it's got peach in it. I've had peach every single night. I think I've got a thing for peach. I think we had trifle on the Symphony of the Seas, and it was awful on the British night, but this is more like a British trifle. It's great. Yummy. Oh, do you love peach? Oh my God, I'm becoming obsessed.
And I got the brownie, which is also no sugar added, so it's practically fruit. That's really good. It tastes really nutty and really thick caramelly taste, and the texture is perfect for a brownie. I've got some ice cream on the side as well to wash it down.
Oh my gosh, I'm absolutely stuffed. I'm really glad we tried the main dining room in the end. It was very, very good indeed. Fantastic service from Vincent and his assistants. Very, very lovely indeed. Really good meal. Anyway, that's the end of our cruise. We've had such a fantastic time. The only thing is, it's been far too short. It's only been a 5-night cruise. We love cruising 7 nights, and especially if you're all the way in Asia. All of the destinations have been so amazing. The crew have been lovely, and we still love this type of ship. We really, really do. I want to say a big thank you to all of our patrons. You too can become a patron by clicking the link in the description section below. We give you loads in return. Things like early access to our videos, but most importantly, completely ad-free with no ads, extra behind-the-scenes episodes, behind-the-scenes footage, a monthly Zoom call, and much more. If you want to watch something a little bit similar, watch our Wonder of the Seas series. So that's the biggest cruise ship in the world by Royal Caribbean. You can click on the screen right now and give it a watch. Go on, you know you want to. More Ben and David eating silly foods. Bye. That's it till next time. Happy cruising.